Hello again. This is just an announcement video to talk about my upcoming trip, my tour in Canada. I'm going to be visiting a number of cities, and while I'm there, I'm going to be meeting with people and doing satsang and offering initiations. And if you want to meet up and you want to have lunch or you want to talk, that would be great. Um, and besides that, I'm also going to be doing workshops in each of these cities. And in most of them, I'll be doing a couple of workshops. One will be obviously on the I Ching, where I'm going to be talking uh, about teaching about how to use the I Ching more effectively, uh, walking people through it, and putting some of the interpretive parts of the I Ching, its root in sayings and folk tales of this ancient Chinese culture into a way that can help you to understand when you're working with the I Ching how to interpret and how to understand the meaning of the I Ching oracle, how the I Ching works as a system of inner transformation. So it's good for decision making, but it's also a part of a bigger spiritual discipline. And then I'm also going to be doing a workshop on Qigong, on the practice of a series of exercises of gentle movement, stillness, and meditation that are paired with the I Ching. They're connected in the sense that they're based on the same symbolic foundations, and that you work with them as a way to guide you in the expansion of your consciousness. And the more effective you are in your consciousness, the more effective you are in working with the I Ching. So in a way, although they're going to be separate workshops and you can take one without taking the other, I think that they're very tied together, because it's my position that to really effectively use something like the I Ching, you don't have to only use the I Ching in the context of doing the work of spirituality. You can use it for everyday things. But the more that you've got some kind of a meditative practice, a spiritual practice of some form that involves the enhancement of consciousness, the more effective you are at utilizing the I Ching effectively. Okay? And the Qigong style that I'm going to teach, which is called Yifa Qigong, is very connected to the same elemental concepts that you see, the terrestrial elements and the celestial elements that are present in the I Ching. So this is going to be all connected as part of a system. It's actually has to do with the introduction of a new kind of system, a new kind of teaching that I'm going to be presenting, a new mystical order, you could say, a spiritual society of universal mysticism that I'm calling the Yifa Society. So it's going to be a group for people who want to work and study systematically in this process of self-transformation by these practices of internal alchemy that you see in the I Ching and in the fundamental theories of Qigong. Right? Taking my more than 20 years of experience with the I Ching, 15 years of practice with Qigong, looking at the essence of what these are and how to work with them, putting aside some of the things that have become kind of aggregated onto it and trying to understand why and how they work. Especially with Qigong, it's been my experience that in a lot of Qigong schools or techniques, they kind of just tell you do this and then do that and do this exercise, move your hands like this, and they say, oh, because it moves the qi or something like that, right? But they don't have necessarily the fundamental formulas, right? Like that they haven't looked and said, well, why does this work and what does it do, right? So what I'm trying to do here is get at the essence, not so much just to have a new style, but to say, well, how do we make the focus be on what works for Qigong, not for just physical health or not for trying to heal others or things like that you sometimes see in Qigong, but as a practice that is an internal alchemy that works on transforming the self, okay? So that's what both of these workshops are going to be about. And so I'm going to mention then the places that I'm doing the workshops in. I'm going to be on the 22nd of August. I'm going to be in Montreal, and I'll be doing an I Ching workshop. Unfortunately, in Montreal, I'll only have time for that one, but it's possible that maybe at some point I'll also do a little Qigong with people there. We'll see. In Toronto, Canada, I'm doing on the 29th and 30th of August. I'm doing the Qigong and the I Ching workshops. Then on the weekend of the 4th, 5th, and 6th of September in Calgary, Alberta, in Canada, all of these are in Canada, I'm going to be doing probably on the 5th and the 6th, but we'll see, it might be the 4th and the 5th, the Qigong and the I Ching workshops. And then in Edmonton, Canada, on the 12th, the weekend of the 12th and 13th, or again, possibly Friday the 11th, we're not sure yet, but the Qigong and the I Ching workshops. So everywhere except Montreal, we're doing both workshops. So if you live in any of these cities or close to any of these cities, and you really want to come and meet me, and or want to take one or both of these workshops, then please send me a message, write to me, comment down there, or send me a message on Google Plus or on Facebook or whatever, and I'll get you in touch and make sure that you don't miss this. Okay? Thank you very much.